Hello and welcome to Only Connect. This is a quarter-final, so our teams are not quite halfway to ultimate glory. In London Marathon terms, they're just approaching the Limehouse link. On the plus side, at least they're out of South London. Hoping to drape themselves in one of those weird silver cloaks tonight are, on my right, Paul Beecher, a Cambridge University student who once accidentally seized the broken forearm of James May. Simon Spiro, an Oxford University student and keen scrabbler who spent his wedding day playing Only Connect. And their captain, Sean Blanchflower, who's visited 2/3 of the points in England where 3 counties meet and appeared in the Dumb Britain column of Private Eye. United by a taste for trekking, they are the Orienteers. Welcome to the quarterfinals. How are you feeling about this game?
Well, confident as ever. We've been copying out all our favourite novels but missing out all the vowels. And so there are actually only 21 letters in our alphabet now. Excellent.
Well, that should make for a short show. You are facing tonight on my left Filip Drnovšek-Zorko, a history and philosophy of science student who encountered a wild adolescent black bear while holidaying in Japan. James Robson, a maths graduate who spent last night sleeping on the floor, despite having 2 queen-sized beds in his hotel room. And their captain, Frederick Heath-Wren, a software developer whose grandmother worked at a factory where Garibaldi biscuits were invented. United by a zeal for Zelda, they are the Gamesmasters. Now, Frederick, this is a rematch. These 2 teams met in an earlier heat and the other side won. How do you feel about facing them again?
Well, there are a lot of video game boss fights where you lose the first time, then you find out their weak point and you beat them the second time. So we're hoping this will be a lot like that, except we haven't found out their weak point.
Well, let's see if you find it out during round 1, in which I simply want to know what is the connection between 4 apparently random clues. Gamesmasters, you won the toss, but you chose to put the Orienteers in first. So, Sean, please choose a hieroglyph.
Twisted flax, please.
The twisted flax. This will be the first question of the quarter-final. What's the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Timothy Evans. It's the last hangings in the country or something like that.
I'm not sure.
Next, please.
Like a shield for attempted murder. Oh, that name's familiar, but I can't place it.
The Guildford Five or something?
No, another one, I think.
Next, please.
Derek Bentley from... Oh, he was the last... Yeah, then have it, wasn't it? So was he the last minor, or was he pardoned? Maybe.
Next, please.
I think it's pardoned. Yes, yes.
They were all pardoned posthumously.
I'm going to give you one more go. No, that's too long, I'm afraid. So, Gamesmasters, you have the chance of a bonus point.
Were there campaigns to get them pardoned?
There were, but for a bonus point, that's not enough. They all received a royal pardon, but not posthumously. Michael Shields was the one who did not die as a result of the horrible things that happened. Timothy Evans and Derek Bentley were executed. Alan Turing committed suicide, but Michael Shields was released from prison, so just all received royal pardons. My feeling about Alan Turing's pardon was, why didn't they pardon everybody?
Yeah, exactly.
You need to pardon every gay person who was arrested for that, or nobody. But the idea that if you're a maths genius, it's OK, but everyone else, still not so keen. Yeah. That was a worrying development. They all received a royal pardon. No points there, but Gamesmasters, you may choose a question.
Yeah, lion.
Lion. What would be the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Well, I think next.
Is it song notes?
Yeah, I guess it could be, but I can't give you anything somewhat specific than that. Next.
OK, well, that's the
from
last
My
line.
Generation.
Yeah.
I think we need to go for next. It's obviously a song.
Yeah.
Next. Are they just things interjected? They're things that come between lines of verses? Are they things that come between lines of verses in songs?
That's pretty much it. They'd be known as call and response responses. But in songs which repeat calls and responses, these would be, as it were, the answers. What are the songs?
Well, talking about My Generation is My Generation by The Who.
And what's that a response to?
People trying to put us down and other assorted oppressions.
That's it. People try to put us down, talking about My Generation.
Doodah Doodah is the Camptown Races.
Exactly.
The others aren't immediately familiar.
Well, the first one, it would begin Heidi, 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 Hi.
Oh, it is.
And the response would be Hody, 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 Ho. Second one, you don't know?
Oh, is it Caravan of Love?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Join the caravan of love.
Stand up, stand up, stand up.
Beautiful. We barely need a music question after that. Orienteers, back to you for a choice.
2 reeds, please.
2 reeds. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Rome 64.
Something?
No, I don't think so. I think it might be when Nero. I think that might have been when Rome burned. When Nero was fiddling.
Well, no, it wasn't Nero. That
Was it?
would have been Augustine on the film.
It's about that year. Well, maybe.
Next, please.
London 1212.
Believe it. Well, earthquake. Or some tragedy will have come.
Yeah.
I don't know what 1212.
Plagues? Was that? No, Plague of Justinian.
Glendaby.
Next, please.
New York 766.
Was that the one?
No, I don't
I feel we could get it on.
Next, please.
Yeah, it's great. It is fast.
They all had fires in the given years.
What sort of fires?
Great ones.
Great fires is what they had. Rome in 64, that's the one that Nero was said to fiddle during. And London had a great fire in 1212 before the famous one of 1666. And the New York fire, that was during the American Revolutionary War in 1776. All great fires. Gamesmasters, your turn.
Eye of Horus.
Eye of Horus. These are going to be picture clues. What do they have in common? Here's the first.
Is that part of the Michelangelo?
Is that the closest it could be? I think they might. Oh, hang on. I think is that.
Are they all parts of?
I think they might be. I think are these
Sistine
all parts
Chapel?
of the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel?
Yes.
Do you want to go for next?
I don't know. I am kind of tempted to go for it because those both look really. I don't know. What do you think?
Okay, I'll leave it up to you.
I might as well.
Yeah.
Are these all parts of the painting of the roof of the Sistine Chapel?
Coming in after 2 clues, you get 3 points. They are details from the fresco, The Creation of Adam, on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Created by, of course...
Michelangelo.
You think Michelangelo created Adam? God, of course. Goodness me. Well, I can't take the points away. Well done. Orienteers, your turn.
Horned viper, please.
The horned viper. What's the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Nothing there.
No, that's
Next, please.
ways you can get out of boxing.
I don't see it.
Next, please.
Reverse. Reverse. Swing.
Next, please.
Dutch.
Auction.
Auction.
Yes.
They're all type of auctions.
They are all types of auction. What sort of auctions?
Well, Dutch, the price starts high and goes down till somebody wants it. And a silent one, I guess people place bids without speaking. And,
They're written down, written bids.
and that may be as far as we can go.
A reverse auction, you could probably guess the role of the buyer and seller are reversed. And a knockout auction involves the various bidders conspiring not to bid against each other. All types of auction, well done. What next for you, Gamesmasters?
Water, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Water.
Water indeed. You knew it would be the music question, of course, because there was only one left. What is the connection between these musical clues? Here's the first.
Oh, that's Paradise by... No, it's Every Teardrop is a Waterfall by Coldplay.
Okay.
Next.
These are the days of miracle and wonder. This is the long distance call. The way
Is Past Time Paradise by someone?
Next.
did you write the book of
Oh, that's American Pie by Don McLean. Listen, I'm getting nowhere from this. Coldplay, Every Teardrop is a Waterfall. Next.
I keep a
I
close
Walk the Line. Are they all names of films? Because I know I Walk the Line and the other one are. Are they all names of films?
They are not all names of films. So, Orienteers, you have the chance for a bonus point.
American Pie, Boy in the Bubble, Every Teardrop a Waterfall, and I Walk the Line.
Just give us a bit of water.
Too long. You're not going to get it. It's a really tricky one. The last one, I Walk the Line, Johnny Cash. The film's actually called Walk the Line, so one of them is a bit like a film title, but that's not completely right. The other ones, Every Teardrop is a Waterfall, The Boy in the Bubble, American Pie, I Walk the Line. What if I were to reduce it to Waterfall, Bubble, Pie, Line?
Types of chart.
sorting.
They're charts, pie charts, line charts, bubble charts, waterfall charts. They are ways of representing data. So no points there. At the end of round 1, the Orienteers have 2 points, the Gamesmasters have 4. Time for the sequences round. What is the connection between 3 apparently random clues, but I want to hear what will come forth in the sequence. Orienteers, you'll be going first again. Which hieroglyph?
2 reads, please.
2 reads. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
For example,
That was 3
DA.
points in Scrabble. 2-letter words for these numbers of points.
And
Which
next,
font
please.
would be? Yeah.
But then how the points go.
DCBA, so AA 2 points. And this is the highest scoring for those.
The
numbers.
highest score.
In which case, axe for 9
Well,
points would be.
okay.
3 seconds.
Axe, 9 points.
The answer is axe, 9 points. Yes, we mentioned you were a keen Scrabbler, Simon. How keen are you?
Keen enough to know my 2-letter words by heart.
But is that just playing keenly at home with
Yes,
friends? You don't compete?
Playing keenly at home. I once played 24 games in 24 hours, and that's the last time I've tried to do anything.
Goodness, quick
Spectacular.
games.
It was as boring as you'd expect.
Gamesmasters, what would you like?
Twisted flax.
Twisted Flax. What will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
I think
I think we need to go for a next on this one, shall we? Next.
They look a bit chemically.
Next.
It's
So billion, trillion, quadrillion.
yeah.
So
quintillion, right? So
okay, so
is
18.
it 18 quintillion?
18
Is that it?
equals quint.
Are you sure?
Yes.
18 equals quint.
Is the right answer. And why?
They are what you put on the front of illion to get the words for 10 to these numbers.
That's right, we're multiplying by 1,000 each time. And the next would be 18 quint for quintillion. Orienteers, what would you like?
A lion, please.
Lion. These are going to be picture clues. What sort of thing would you expect to see in the 4th picture? Here's the first.
Much hair.
Let's go months in there. Next, please.
It's April O'Neil. March, April, May, June. So what's a June? A June bug.
Very good. Let's go over a picture of a June bug.
Now, why would you have a picture of a June bug when you could have beautiful June Medford?
Of course.
From
June
Terry and
Whitfield, in
June.
fact.
But yes, could have been a June bug. Picture of somebody called June, because we're looking at whom?
We have the March Hare, April O'Neil from the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles,
Mayday.
Mayday from View to a Kill,
Kill.
and then June, as you say.
That's right, March Hare, April O'Neil, Mayday, and somebody with the name June. A character, they're all characters. But when you say June bug, I know you were thinking of the wife of Bucky Bug, the Disney animated character, so that is an acceptable answer, though we went with June Medford from Terry and June. Gamesmasters, what would you like?
Horned viper.
Horned viper. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Is that like
That's
the
very sort of TV item.
is that like the BBC regional colour or something?
I think.
Okay, next.
Next. Oh, it's tabs in the BBC News webpage.
Yeah. So what comes
So
next?
would it just be like home? Is it going up?
We're meant to look at next.
Next. So is it just news?
I think it might be just news and then sport. Hang on.
News. News.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. So, Orienteers, you have the chance of a bonus point.
Well, Asia would come first alphabetically.
A similarly coloured item saying Europe.
That's not it either. Here's the nasty trick. I think you spotted correctly that it's the navigation bar of the BBC News website, but we're actually going backwards. towards the first one, which would be home. So reading left to right, it would say home, world, UK, England. Not getting geographically larger, but going backwards. No bonus Orienteers, but you may have a question of your own.
Eye of Horus, please.
Eye of Horus. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Much black. Okay, it was a 400 metres runners. I'd need to see another
sequence there. Next, please.
Derek Redmond. Oh, I
The
think
4
it's...
by 400.
Yeah, it's Chris
winning.
Akabusi, I think, was the fourth leg. So it's John Regis now. Yeah, go for it. Chris Akabusi.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Chris Akabusi.
Is the right answer.
Good.
And why is that?
This is the 1991 World Championship winning 4x400 metre relay team.
That's exactly it, in the order that they ran. And last would be Chris Akabusi. Well done.
I could tell you the American team they beat as well.
Go on, then.
Oh, can I? No, the second one was Quincy Watts, and the last one who Akabusi beat was Antonio Pettigrew. So that was... Well, OK, I can't tell you the name.
Still,
I was lying.
very impressive athletic knowledge, Chris Akabusi. One last question for you, Gamesmasters. Water again. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Is it most recent city? No. Next.
Is it going to be the constituencies that have stopped existing or something? No, because that happens more often than that.
I think we need to go for it.
Yeah.
Next.
Places where people have stood.
Like bishops or something? I mean, I know that...
Where did the current Archbishop of Canterbury come from? Is it that? Is it like... Cause
He was York. When did...
York 2013?
Not the answer, I'm afraid. So, Orienteers, your chance of a bonus point.
Durham, 2012.
That's not it either. You should try to make a team of 6. It's Durham 2013. What were you thinking the connection was?
So it's... I thought it was where the Archbishop of Canterbury worked previously or something like that.
That's right,
Durham.
Justin Welby, who came from Durham in 2013. Shall I tell you about when I met Rowan Williams? I met Rowan Williams, and I'm an enormous fan, so I was very excited, and I clasped his hand and sort of gabbled very excitedly as if he were a pop star. And then I thought, well, this is embarrassing. So in order to save the embarrassment, I said out loud, well, this is very embarrassing. I said, this is like that scene in Dirty Dancing when she says, I carried a watermelon. And the Archbishop, and he was Archbishop at the time, said, oh, I don't know the film. So I explained to him the whole thing about Jennifer Grey and Patrick Swayze and the nightclub, and I realised too late into the anecdote that in the analogy, I was Jennifer Grey and the Archbishop of Canterbury was Patrick Swayze, the grinding, bare-chested dancer who's so sexy that she can't even speak to him. I realised during that anecdote. So that was a high point of my life. At the end of round 2, the Gamesmasters have 6 points, the Orienteers have 11. Now for the connecting wall, and the Gamesmasters, having chosen to put the Orienteers in first before, have effectively chosen to put themselves in first here. So you have a choice, lion or water?
Lion.
Lion. You have 2.5 minutes to solve the lion wall, starting now.
Okay, choose the roles played by whichever one.
Oh, yes, Worcester and...
pottery.
Luntz is... Gallop.
Hang on.
Spodes from...
yes, Spode, Worcester, Glossop and Bing, possibly, are characters in the Jeeves and Worcester books.
Yes.
Are there horse races of some sort? Then?
Probably. Gallop.
Ainsley is a
and-
horse race.
What is Luntz? What on earth is Luntz?
Naseby and Edgehill, both battles of the English Civil War.
Ooh,
Okay.
Is Battle of Preston, that was a thing?
Quite possibly, yes.
I can try that
We
one.
end up with good. So we've probably got horse
3 strikes
races.
now, lots of time.
And pottery, did you say? 'Cause you said
Wedgwood was a
Wedgwood.
potter, yeah.
Okay, so Luntz, I really recognise it, I can't remember
Yeah,
why.
no, I'm not.
think Kelmer
Kelmer's
might be a-
theme pretty familiar as well. Gallop, I can't think of anything except the poles.
Yeah, but...
Okay, so if it's going to be horse race, it's
Ainsley,
going
I'm
to
almost
be Royal
certain.
Crown Derby, Worcester, Gallop and Ainsley.
Is Gallop a horse race?
Or which one? I think it's Royal Frank Derby, Worcester, Ainsley, Gallop.
Okay, and then the other. So horse races, and then the others are
We
potters.
can try.
Yeah,
Shall we?
go for it. Because I think dolphin sounds potentially pottery. Luntz, Kelmer.
Royal Crown, Wedge.
It's Josiah Wedgwood.
Worcester could be a Potter, though.
Is Luntz some sort of move in high jump or something?
Maybe. I
think I'm thinking of ice skating.
I'm thinking of a person.
It's like a Luntz.
I think Luntz is a person. Dalton's probably a person.
Yeah.
Kellner probably is, and Worcester possibly is. So.
Well, we already did that one though.
Did we do this one?
No, I don't think
Shall we
so.
try it?
What? This one?
Yeah.
These two?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
One more go.
Wow.
Right. So
we've done that, that.
Yeah.
Maybe the Royal Crown Derby, isn't it? Maybe it's like horse races.
Maybe that could be pottery.
I could
Okay,
be.
well, we have to try something.
So let's try the bottom row then.
No.
30 seconds.
It's horse races and pottery and sun.
Not it. Those are your 3 strikes, but you get 2 points for the groups you found, and there'll be more coming your way if you can tell me the connections. What about the first blue group? Glossop, Worcester, Bing, Spode.
So they're surnames of characters in the Jeeves and Worcester books.
They are characters in the P.G. Wodehouse novels about Jeeves. What about the green group starting Brentford?
Are they battles of the English Civil War?
They are battles of the English Civil War. And you can still get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find, so let's resolve the wall. There you go. Kellner, Luntz, Worcester, Gallen.
Are they horse races?
They're not. I mean, this is a nasty one. They are noted pollsters and psephologists. Gallup from the eponymous Gallup poll, but Kellner is the president of YouGov.
What is Luntz?
Well, he hasn't given his name to a poll like Gallup. It's Frank Luntz, and he's a US Republican strategist.
Yeah, I think that's where I've heard the yes.
And
okay,
pollster,
yeah.
and then Worcester, Bob Worcester, who is the founder of Maury, all pollsters. And the last turquoise group, Royal Crown, Derby, Dalton, Wedgwood, Ainsley.
Are they potters?
They are porcelain companies. Yes, Dalton, now known as Royal Dalton, or porcelain or pottery companies. So 2 points for the groups you found, 3 points for the connections. That is a total of 5. Time to bring back the Orienteers and give them a new connecting wall that needs to be solved with the same sort of approach. You'll be getting the water wall, the line's been taken. You have 2.5 minutes to solve it, starting now.
Okay. Okay, there's playwrights here. Silito, Osborne.
Amos. Holyrood House.
Holyrood House, Clarence House.
Somerset House.
Somerset House.
Osborne House. Are there going to be more?
Osborne could be
surprisingly.
one of the playwrights. Wesker's a playwright. Silito's a playwright.
Amos, Osborne, Brain.
Yeah.
So I'll start with those ones.
Bushy, that keeps ringing bells in my head, but I can't think.
Okay. So I think the houses are definitely another one. Osborne, Clarence, Holyrood, Somerset, maybe.
Yeah, but then what are we left with?
Gig,
Did
Fly.
we try those, though? I'm pretty sure that's the ones we tried.
Are you sure?
Um,
Can you think of any other houses?
yeah, and there's another one somewhere. What about Bushy House?
Yeah, there is a Bushy... Well, there's Bushy Park in London.
Okay.
3 strikes now, you've got plenty of time.
Clarence.
There's a word, I mean, there's something with words, I mean, so like,
Wainwright.
we can go before butterfly, cranefly, Wainwright.
Firefly, Firefighter.
Firearm.
sorry,
Then Firebrand, Firefighter, Firefly, Firefox, Firearm.
oh, then so there's 5 of
So there's
those.
5 of those, yeah.
So what else have we got?
Clarence Wayne Gig. Hey Wayne.
I'd say fighter is going to be one.
There's a fire.
Fire. I would say they're the most likely.
Yeah.
Then
Brand, because it could be in the other set as well.
Firefox. Firefox is a.
It's a brand name. Well, it's also
Yeah.
a Native American thing, but...
Fox, Wayne.
So I'll start.
Ooh. Go on, yeah, I think we need to start guessing at this point.
You've got 30 seconds.
What could Paul, let's keep thinking
What
of
I left out Fox.
Gig.
Fox.
So I'll
One
leave
more
out.
go.
And I think it has to be Fox.
And 10 seconds. No, that's it. Your 3 strikes are up and the wall's frozen, but 2 points for the groups you found. And there'll be more points for the connections. The first blue group, Brain, Amos, Silito, Wesker, and I need to hear something specific.
The...
The British playwrights, known as the Angry Young Men.
The Angry Young Men. Yes, Kingsley Amis, I think, known primarily as a novelist, but they are the Angry Young Men, the literary movement of the 1950s. And the Green Group, Bushy, Osborne, Somerset, Holyrood.
They're all house. The house within Britain.
Okay, royal
With
houses.
a royal connection of some sort.
Yes, I'll take that. They're all houses that have accommodated royals. And you can still get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find, so let's resolve the wall. Fly, Wayne, Clarence, Gig. You want to have a guess?
They can be preceded by hay.
They cannot. They're all horse-drawn vehicles. And the last group, Brand, Arm, Fighter, Fox.
Can be preceded by fire.
They can. You can make Firebrand, Firearm, Firefighter and Firefox. So 2 points for the groups you found, 3 points for the connections. That is a total of 5. Let's have a look at the scores going into round 4. The Gamesmasters have 11 points. The Orienteers have 16. Missing vowels time, teams. You'll remember I want to know what are the clues that we've disguised by taking the vowels out and respacing the consonants. Fingers on buzzers. The first group are all examples of delicious Greek dishes. Orienteers.
Tara masalata.
Correct. Orienteers.
Halloumi.
Correct. Orienteers.
Spanagobita.
Yes. Gamesmasters.
Oh, sorry.
Not it. Orienteers, do you know?
Claftico.
You're making me hungry. Next category, 3 consecutive numbers in ascending order. Gamesmasters.
9, 10, 11.
Correct. Orienteers.
99, 100, 101.
Correct. Gamesmasters.
-1, 0, 1.
Very good. Gamesmasters.
19, 20, 21.
Correct. Next category, a noun and a verb pronounced differently. Gamesmasters.
Reject and reject.
Correct. Gamesmasters.
Refuse and refuse.
Correct. Gamesmasters.
Record and record.
Yes. Gamesmasters.
Rebel and rebel.
You've got your iron. Well done. Next category, Nobel laureates in physics. Orienteers.
Marie Curie.
Correct. Gamesmasters.
Niels Bohr.
Correct. The bell has gone. It's the end of the quiz. And after an electrifying round 4, I can tell you that the winners and through to the semi-finals with 22 points are the Orienteers. And finishing second after a brilliant series with 18 points, it's the Gamesmasters. Very well done to you. Unlucky to not make it there. You've been a very clever team. Congratulations to you, Orienteers. We will be seeing you again in the semi-finals. And that's it for tonight. We're all off to enjoy some brain food in the green room. Well, I say brain. I expect they put all sorts in those sausages. Goodbye.